Zambash here. The new league / mini expansion for Path of Exile was just announced. So as usual, we're going to do, just like every other streamer and content creator, a real-time walkthrough of all the cool new league stuff, see what it's all about, and bring you along for my live reactions. So with no further ado, we will start with the trailer.
Afraid of the dark, Exile? You should be.
Creepy.
The darkness in this mine is alive. It's hateful. It's...
Ooh, the lighting in this trailer, yo.
No light could lift this dark veil. Until... now.
Ooh. Alright, like escorting a minecart here. There's some sort of meter on the right side of the screen. Oh, nice. That's the constrictor. Looks like a Rain of Arrows empty eggs. Pretty cool.
Vile monsters are the least of your concerns, but the darkness itself hunts us. What is it hiding?
Pretty cool effects and stuff here.
Take what the Empire could not. Use it to conquer
Holy
the Black
moly, what is that? That map or whatever was like the freaking passage tree. Ooh. Interesting. This looks like a pretty interactive system, almost on the sort of level that Bestiary was, but hopefully much better implemented. Alright, we got some cool looking bosses. Breaches and stuff in the depths as well, it looks like.
Or else, lights out.
That was a dope trailer. Now I imagine the rest of the video will be like a little description here.
In Path of Exile Delve, you will explore the Azurite Mine, a pitch-black, infinitely deep dungeon.
Is it actually infinitely deep?
You will need to find voltaxic sulfite on the surface.
Eco the Mad.
There was a machine called the Crawler that generates light. The darkness of the mine will quickly kill you if you leave the light, so keep up with the Crawler.
Oh, alright.
The mine is full of Azurite, a valuable resource that you can use to upgrade your equipment.
Nice.
Use flares to stay alive while exploring the dark. Throw dynamite to blow open walls and find hidden paths.
Heck yes. Dude, the lighting down here looks nice. Just on a side note, it looks like in general they've done sort of another upgrade to their lighting engine. The lighting and stuff looks very nice. Oh nice, we got a bunch of prophecies or div cards in here.
But be careful, the darkness itself is deadly. Lost civilizations deep underground created socketable currency items.
What? Interesting.
Powerful crafting results.
Huh.
The Azurite mine gets harder and harder the deeper you go. Test the limits of your character in Path of Exile Delve.
This looks very fun and very dope. I loved how sort of interactive and complex Bestiary was, but it just got way too clunky with the way they implemented it. This looks like it's got that nice complexity and stuff in it without being hopefully so clunky. It looks very fun. I'm excited for this one. I get excited for every league. GGG just keep outdoing themselves. Each one is more exciting than the last. Alright. Latest expansion features an infinite dungeon. Yeah, so it is an infinite dungeon. Socketable currency items and a bunch of new unique items, skill gems, balance changes, yeah, I was right, graphics engine improvements. I thought so. It looked like the lighting there and stuff was very updated. Left untouched for over 250 years, the Azurite mine has been consumed by a malevolent darkness that casts out the Eternal Empire. Nico, an inventor, has harnessed the power of voltaxic sulfite to create a machine called the Crawler that can pierce the darkness. Delve into the mine, but don't leave the Crawler's light for long or you'll be crushed by the darkness. And the Crawler will speed up if you get ahead of it. Oh, good. So you're not limited so much by the speed of however slow this thing is going. This looks dank. Literally, dark and dank. Explore the darkness. The Azurite mine is full of treasures for those brave enough to risk the darkness for short periods of time. Use flares to venture farther away from the crawler's path, and dynamite to destroy unstable walls which conceal even greater rewards. Yeah, so there he is walking away with flares. This is awesome. Yeah, discovering some chests. And yeah, those alchemical resonators. Interesting new crafting components. Azurite upgrades. Any Azurite you find in the mine can be traded to Nico at his base camp. In return, he offers to upgrade the crawler and can sell you flares, dynamite, and crafting materials to aid your exploration. Very nice. Deep civilizations. Deep in the Azurite mine, you'll discover many different biomes. As you delve even deeper, you may encounter lost cities from Lakeheist's dark history. Each environment has its own monsters, bosses, encounters, and rewards. Nice, so it sounds like we've got some sort of slightly different tile sets and stuff down within here. Hey, that guy looks like the Abyssal Imp armor set. I am digging that Constrictor Rain of Arrows MTX. Nice, got some very cool looking bosses. Yeah, the lighting and stuff just looks like it's been ratcheted up big time here. Socketable currency items. The ancient civilizations created special crafting items that can be socketed with fossils to modify their behavior. So here we've got a couple of resonators. Potent chaotic resonator, primitive alchemical resonator. Upgrades a normal item to a rare item. Gotta fill it with fill it with fossils, alright. Reforges a rare item, so that's like a chaos orb. Reforges a rare item with new random modifiers. Or minion and aura mods. I don't quite know what that means. Has vol mod, more lightning mods, no physical mods. Okay, so it weights the mod rolls towards certain things. That's interesting. And these things, oh. So they're like alchemy or chaos orbs, but the fossils you put in them weight the mods towards certain things. Like this jagged fossil says more physical mods and no chaos mods. Has a corrupt essence mod. These just seem very cool. Have it keep deicide mask. +2 minion gems, mana, lightning resist. Nearby enemies have -15 lightning res. Whoa. And 15% chance to gain an additional vol soul on kill. Very neat. The Infinite Depths. The Azurite Mine is Path of Exile's first infinite dungeon. The deeper you delve, the harder the game gets. What is this, Greater Rifts? In Delve, you'll find encounters that are much harder than endgame maps. Your progress is only limited by the power of your character build. The depth ladder tracks who has delved the deepest into the mine. Nice. A theoretically infinitely scaling and infinite dungeon. New and revamped skills, and it looks like, oh, is that dominating blow I see there is one of the ones they're revealing already? Path of Exile Delve includes 10 powerful new or completely reworked skills centered around 2 character archetypes, the Guardian and the Pathfinder. Oh, nice. Play as a Holy Warrior who strikes down foes with lightning damage, while benefiting teammates and minions, or as a chaotic archer who uses nature and poison-based skills to pin and suffocate enemies. Smite. Alright, this is a new one. Lightning, attack, AoE, duration, melee, and aura. Interesting, alright. Performs a melee attack and causes lightning to strike a targeted location or nearby enemy, dealing damage in an area. If the melee attack hits its target, that enemy cannot also be hit by the area damage. Alright, so it's one or the other. If this skill hits an enemy, you gain an aura buff, granting you and your allies additional lightning damage and a chance to shock for a duration. Sword, axe, mace, staff, or unarmed. Interesting. I wonder what the range on it is, because say, or you can strike a targeted location with lightning. I wonder how big the AoE is and what the range is on that. Our grants 20% chance to shock. Got 135% base damage at level 1 and 50 fizz to lightning. Sounds pretty interesting. Toxic Rain. Oh, this is not, after all, an MTX for Rain of Arrows. This is actually just a new skill. Fires a number of arrows into the air that rain down around the targeted area, dealing damage to enemies they hit and creating spore pods where they land. Each spore pod deals chaos damage over time to nearby enemies and lessens their movement speed. After a short duration, the pods burst, dealing area damage. Yeah, that is totally like a constrictor skill, though. 50%. Ooh, 50% fizz converted to chaos. That's interesting. 5.5 base chaos damage per second and 50% of base damage. Base duration is 1.2 seconds, fires 4 additional arrows. Modifiers to projectile damage apply to this skill's damage over time effect, and each spore pod applies 10% less move speed to nearby enemies to a maximum of 60%. I'd have to see that one in action. It sounds cool, at least. Here we go. Rework Dominating Blow. Attacks the enemy with a melee strike, applying a debuff for a short duration. If a non-unique enemy dies while affected by the debuff, the enemy's corpse will be consumed, and a Sentinel of Dominance with the same rarity and mods will be summoned for a longer secondary duration. Alright. So now it actually kills the enemy and summons a new unit with that enemy's mods. Base duration is 1 second, that's the duration of the debuff. Base secondary duration is 20 seconds, that's the duration of the minion. Maximum of 9, maximum 9 normal Sentinels of Dominance and 3 magic Sentinels of Dominance and 1 rare Sentinel of Dominance, and that's at level 1. 10% chance. Oh, there we go. They actually made it so it can be viable for single target. 10% chance to summon a normal Sentinel of Dominance when you hit a unique monster. There we go. Don't know which of those values will change the levels, but we'll see. And these are all unannounced. That has a totem logo, but with the ground slam thing below it. Wonder what that would be. That looks like an axe. Don't know what that looks like. That looks like an existing skill. I can't remember which one. Interesting. I'm all about the new skills and reworked skills. That Dominating Blow actually sounds really fun now. Interested in that. That would be good with the Scourge. I feel like is the obvious choice for a Dominating Blow build with that being shown. Powerful new unique items. Path of Exile expansion is not complete without powerful new items to discover. Delve includes 7 new divination cards and 18 new unique items that have a focus on creating new and powerful build opportunities. So first up, we've got a staff, the Grey Spire Judgment Staff. They changed the wording on the implicits on staves. Like if I just go to PoE staves, right now, the base stave page, they just say 18% chance to block. Now they say 18% chance to block attack damage while wielding a staff. Maybe they're just trying to be more specific about the difference between attack block and spell block. Alright, the Grey Spire Judgment Staff has no sockets, 297% increased global damage. Alright. 4 max all res, 29 increased attack speed. Which makes it good for leap slamming, because that's a huge attack speed rule. That's an interesting item. I like that. That's a very unique item. It's useless for attacks. This is like a self-caster weapon, potentially a trapper weapon or something if you wanted to use it like that. No sockets, so you're giving up a potential 6 link like you would be if you were using a Kaum's Chest. But 4 max all res, a ton of it just raw damage, and really fast attack speed, so it's a fast leap slammer. I like unique items like that are actually very unique. That's very cool. Alright, Cerberus Limb Blood Scepter. Oh yeah, by the way, what level is this? 68. Alright, so that's a pretty high level one because it's a Judgment Staff. This one only requires level 47. It's got 99% increased spell damage and 19% increased cast speed. Just right there, that makes it a pretty solid item to start with. 0.5% of spell damage leached is life if equipped shield has at least 30% chance to block. Alright. I mean, it's good, I guess. 1 maximum energy shield per 5 armor on equipped shield. You can get a 2000 armor shield fairly easily, which would also give you 400 energy shield if you were main-handing this thing. Plus 5 to armor per 5 evasion on equipped shield, and plus 22 evasion per 5 max energy shield on equipped shield. I kind of like that. That's pretty dope. Almost seems like something you'd do some kind of caster gladiator build with. Sounds jank AF, but it could be cool. Doriani's Machinarium Maze Map. Alright, a map with 38% XP gain. Monster level 80 despite being a tier 5. I wonder if that monster level rolls within a range. Certainly could. Found items have a 10% chance to drop corrupted, and the unique boss is augmented by player choices. And the tagline is, "We are ever the makers of our own undoing." I wonder what all options you have there. The Primordial Chain Coral Amulet. Can summon up to 3 additional golems at a time. You cannot have non-chaos or non-golem minions. 25 reduced golem size. Golems deal 40% less damage. Have 35% life and 83% increased move speed. What the heck? That's a very interesting item. I like it. Let's see where the breakpoint would be. It gives 3 additional golems but makes them deal 40% less damage. So obviously if you had no other sources of golems, that would be good, because it would up you to 4 golems, so it'd be 400% damage and only 40% less. If you were dual wielding clay shapers and playing an elementalist, so you already had 5 golems, yeah, it's an interesting trade-off. But in a way, it kind of enables golems on other characters, I feel like, if you want to do it that way. It's a cool item, I like it. Boon of the First Ones. Oh nice, 6 for a random unique bestiary item. Good, that's because some of the bestiary uniques were really dope and people love them, like Venomous Shroud and stuff. Oh, the Time-Worn Reliquary, here we go. In your travels of Rayclast, you may discover a Time-Worn Reliquary key. Alright, so they're just throwing this back in there. Like, really? Just tossing it back into depths? I guess that's something you probably find while delving is Reliquary Key. Nice. One of 150 unique relics from past Path of Exile leagues. And we got Legacy Rigwald's Quills. Is that a Legacy Venomous Shroud? Interesting. Bubonic Trails. Salio's Sign. Nice. Seems like a bit of a random tag on, but I'm sure it's cool. And of course we've got new supporter packs that I'm not going to bother reviewing here. I am very excited for this league now. This looks really fun. Looks like it's got a lot of cool crafting options that might sort of open up crafting to more players. And no surprise, I think this is going to be the case for most veteran players really excited about new skill gems, and particularly reworked skill gems. Dominating Blow seems like it might be really cool right off the bat now, so I'm excited for that. Thank you guys for watching. There'll probably be some more PoE content coming before this league launches, because I am playing the Incursion event a little bit. Oh, hey Keith, how's it going? But that's where I'm going to cut off this video, so thank you all for watching. You can stick around for the stream if you want. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of builds in this one, Keith. New skill gems and stuff. I'm cutting this video off now, though. Thanks for stopping by. A bunch of people showed up right here when I'm done, but this league looks super freaking dope. Infinite dungeon, infinitely scaling difficulty. Theoretically, I'm sure it's not infinitely scaling difficulty, but it'll be really interesting to see how deep people can go. This seems like the kind of league that for people who want to push deep might actually prioritize defense-heavy focused builds rather than just clear speed builds. Because if you're going into harder and harder content, and it seems like clear speed isn't super important for this mine, you're probably going to want to focus on a tanky build. So I think there's going to be a lot of cool build options depending on what you want to do in the league. New skills look cool, reworked skills are always a treat. I really like both of these unique items they're showing here, and this amulet's pretty cool. Very excited about it, and I cannot wait until it launches.